Sarcasm, a term largely associated with crude, destructive mockery and online comedy. It is a tool that a huge amount of people employ to try and be the comedic relief. And being on the internet comes with a risk of finding it at first glance, because everyone wants to be sarcastic and anyone you know will throw some sarcasm into the conversation. The basis of it is that the joke is hidden within the context as well as specific cues that help you identify it, like voice tone and facial expressions. But now, let me explain to you the reason why sarcasm sucks. We don't have any of that online. Most of the time we only have context, but it's not enough for many people, and many jokes involving sarcasm tend to not land online, which is fine, right? It's not a bad thing to not understand the joke. It doesn't really matter. If you're on Reddit and social media in general, you'll know that the home place of sarcasm is this, and that there's always someone trying to be sarcastic no matter what. Some people's entire personality is not just about sarcasm, but failing at sarcasm. And I'm not trying to criticize people that aren't funny, because you know what I said in my other video, but some people seek to get away with the things they say by claiming it as sarcasm. Which is true in a very significant number of cases, because being ridiculous is usually the joke itself. But identifying which case is which is very complex and even risky. Now it's the formula to get cancelled, because the line between a real comment and sarcasm is blurred so much to the point where every interaction is already expected to include a combination of sarcasm and irony, which is actually where Poe's law comes in. Apparently, in the year 2005, a man named Nathan Poe found himself in a creationist forum, where people started saying they couldn't tell who was being serious and who wasn't in the discussion, which is where my man Poe stated,
"Without a winking smiley or other blatant display of humor, it is utterly impossible to parody a..."
Now, I'm not here to dispute the claim or the wording and whether I agree or disagree with what my guy Poe brought up. But think about it. Because you have places like The Hard Times or The Onion, which are known news sites that poke fun at reality through absurdity, referencing real events and making jokes out of them. You can always tell that anything that comes out of it is sarcasm if you know where it's coming from. And the same principle can be applied to users and content creators and so on. When you boil it down to social media, meme culture, online comedy, we have grown used to not taking anything seriously anymore. Even outside of regular critical thinking, it's now so common to expect satirical remarks or sarcastic comments in every interaction that it's really hard to tell for many, where sometimes we see things that are so ridiculous that we immediately dismiss them as satire. This whole thing tells you that as time has gone on, the amount of irony and sarcasm have transcended the barrier where we can easily tell apart what's true and what isn't, where even context won't save you. But to sum up, taking everything seriously is obviously boring, and sarcasm can be fun when it's utilized in smart ways. The advice here is to not overuse it or force it. If it's every word you say or there's no depth to it, it just becomes lazy humor. So sarcasm responsibly is what I'm trying to say, and...
Alejandro,
Yeah?
it's really not that deep.